All right. Welcome back to another wonderfully pointless yet spiritually nourishing episode of Everyday English Chat, where I, your humble, overcaffeinated host Sarah, take everyday topics way too seriously for no reason at all. Today, we're diving into a question that divides humanity more than pineapple on pizza, more than the great coffee versus tea war, more than whether dogs understand English or are just politely waiting for snacks. Today's question is, dressing up or staying in pajamas? Yes, the eternal dilemma, the lifestyle crossroads, the daily internal debate that hits you the moment you wake up and ask yourself, am I trying today or nah? Because let's be honest, pajamas are persuasive. Pajamas don't just sit in your closet quietly. Oh, no. Pajamas call to you with that soft, cottony whisper. Come back. You know you want to. And real clothes? Well, real clothes are practical, functional, and occasionally painful. They say things like, be productive, look presentable, hide your existential dread. So today we're going to unpack it all. The psychology, the comfort, the delusion, the chaos, the unexpected consequences, the fashion politics, the pajama philosophy. Everything. Let's begin where all decisions truly begin. In the morning. The morning mindset battle. You open your eyes, you stretch, you sigh dramatically, and then comes the decision. Are you going to dress up today? Or are you going to stay wrapped in your fluffy, cozy, confidence-destroying, yet soul-healing pajamas? Because pajamas have powers, real powers. Put on pajamas and suddenly your brain goes into not my problem mode. Deadlines? Not my problem. Laundry? Not my problem. Ambitions, dreams, responsibilities? Nope, not my problem. Pajamas are emotional Wi-Fi blockers. They disconnect you from productivity. Meanwhile, dressing up feels like rebooting your operating system. Suddenly, you're like, maybe I could start that side hustle. Or maybe I should answer those emails instead of pretending I got abducted by aliens. Clothes carry energy. Pajamas? Well, pajamas carry crumbs. Let's talk about pajamas first. Pajamas deserve respect. Pajamas are the ambassadors of comfort. They don't demand, they don't criticize, they don't ask you to suck in your stomach. They don't come with instructions like dry clean only or don't tumble dry unless you want to ruin your entire Saturday. Pajamas say, come as you are. Stay as you are. Actually, please don't leave. There's something magical about wearing pajamas while doing non-pajama approved tasks. Doing taxes in pajamas? Suddenly, less depressing. Attending online meetings in pajamas. From the waist down, the greatest technological blessing of our generation. Eating breakfast in pajamas? A daily ritual of joy. Ordering food delivery in pajamas? A full lifestyle choice. Pajamas change your personality, too. Put on pajamas and suddenly you're soft, you're gentle, you're peaceful, you're basically a human marshmallow. But here's the danger. Pajamas lie. Oh, yes. Lazy lies. Because pajamas say, you don't need to go outside today. You don't have to finish anything today. You could take a nap. You deserve it. And that's when the slippery slope begins. First hour in pajamas, cozy. Second hour, comfortable. Third hour, questionable. Fourth hour, maybe I live like this now. Suddenly it's 5 p.m., you haven't brushed your hair, and you start believing time isn't real. The transformative power of dressing up. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, dressing up is a personality changer. You ever notice how wearing real clothes activates something inside you? Wear a crisp shirt, and suddenly you're responsible. Wear a blazer, and suddenly you know how to speak in business metaphors. Wear jeans, and suddenly you feel like leaving the house. Wear a nice dress, and suddenly you're like, I should buy flowers and walk dramatically through a city street. Dressing up affects your brain chemistry. You stand straighter, you talk differently, you feel prepared. For what? Who knows? But prepared. Dressed up you is the best version of you. The version of you that might pay bills on time. The version of you that might say, let me read a book instead of scrolling. The version of you that might actually drink water. But let's not pretend real clothes don't have downsides. Real clothes think they own you. They squeeze, they itch, they wrinkle, they demand posture. They don't stretch when you stretch, they just judge you. Some clothes make you feel invincible. Some make you regret being alive. The mood connection. Here's something scientists don't talk about enough. Your clothing is basically a remote control for your emotions. You wear pajamas, you get sleepy. You wear gym clothes, you feel guilty for not exercising. You wear fancy clothes, you start acting like royalty. You wear all black, you're either mysterious or just tired. You wear bright colors, people assume you're emotionally stable, which, rude. But mood matters. If you're feeling low, sometimes dressing up helps. Other times, pajamas save the day. Some people say, dress for the job you want. But if the job I want is professional napper, then yes, pajamas work. The lazy logic of pajamas. Let's talk about the moment when you tell yourself, I'll just wear pajamas for a few more minutes. You liar. You adorable liar. Pajama time has no units of measurement. Minutes become hours, hours become mini lifetimes. You sit on the couch for a moment and suddenly you're watching a documentary about a lizard you didn't know existed. You say you'll get dressed after coffee, but instead you pour more coffee. You say you'll change before lunch, but then lunch becomes a snack, then another snack, then a meal, then a personal shame spiral. The dressing up delusion. Putting on real clothes gives you the illusion that you have your life together. You don't. None of us do. But real clothes let us cosplay productivity. The truth is, you can be in full formal wear and still have no idea what you're doing. You can be in a 3-piece suit and still be Googling how to write a professional email. But at least you look like you know. And sometimes that's enough. The home clothes gray area. Let's touch on the in-between zone, the middle ground, the outfit that fools society, the home clothes. Not pajamas, not real clothes, something like sweatpants that have aspirations, a hoodie that has seen things, a t-shirt you got for free but is somehow your favorite. These are the clothes that tell the universe, I'm not trying, but I'm trying enough. They're the perfect hybrid. Loose enough to relax in, decent enough to answer the door, comfortable enough for naps, acceptable enough for video calls. Mostly. Home clothes deserve a whole award ceremony. Laundry Day betrayal. Laundry Day is the day you realize just how often you choose pajamas over real clothes. You see piles of sleepwear, mountains of loungewear, and a single pair of jeans at the bottom of the laundry basket like an orphan. Laundry Day exposes you. Laundry Day says, you are 93% pajama. And honestly, that's okay.
People love saying, you're more productive when you dress up. Okay, Karen, but why? The idea is that your brain interprets clothing as cues. It's like costume design in a movie, except the movie is your daily life, and most of your scenes are improvised. If you dress like a responsible person, maybe you'll act like one. But here's the loophole. Some people are just as productive in pajamas as they are in a full outfit. Those people are rare. They're mystical creatures. They might be wizards. I, personally, have never done my best work in pajamas. Pajamas make me want snacks, naps, and reasons to avoid adulting. But some people will build empires in pajama pants, start companies, write novels, plan world domination. These people should be studied in a lab. The personality shift outfit. There's something very fascinating about how different clothes activate different versions of you. Let's explore. 1. The all-black outfit. You're suddenly dramatic. You have opinions about art. You walk slower for effect. You listen to music that makes you feel like the main character. 2. The colorful outfit. You're approachable. You smile more. People ask you for directions, even though you're lost too. 3. The oversized hoodie. You're in do not perceive me mode. You want warmth, anonymity, and maybe a snack the size of a planet. 4. The fancy outfit. You start using vocabulary you don't normally use. Suddenly you're saying things like splendid and fascinating and could you kindly. 5. The gym clothes. You didn't work out, but you could. Or you might. Maybe. Eventually. Probably not. Clothes are like social passwords. Change the outfit, change the character. The pajama time black hole. Let's discuss the unspoken truth about pajamas. Time behaves differently when you wear them. You ever notice that? Wake up, stay in pajamas, do just one small thing. Then it's suddenly 1 p.m. You've eaten 3 snacks but no real meals. You've started watching a documentary about whales. You're emotionally invested in a whale named Kevin, and you're still not dressed. Time in pajamas isn't linear. It's a loop, a cozy loop, a loop filled with crumbs. Once pajamas blend with daytime responsibilities, chaos is unleashed. The doorbell panic situation. There are few crises in life as dramatic as hearing a knock at the door while you're in pajamas. Instant adrenaline, sudden identity crisis. You're like, do I answer it? Do I pretend I'm not home? Do I grab a hoodie and hide the fact that I've been horizontal for 3 hours? Look like a functioning adult, all while wearing sheep print pajamas. It's impossible. You can't fool anyone in pajamas. The should I wear real clothes to the grocery store debate. Yes, the grocery store. The one public place where wearing pajamas is almost socially acceptable. Almost. Let's analyze the options. Option A, wear real clothes. You look responsible. You look like you have your life somewhat together. People assume you know how to pick fresh vegetables. Option B, wear pajamas. You look like today isn't your day and you're making survival choices. People avoid eye contact out of respect. You move through the aisles like a ghost. But sometimes, pajamas in the grocery store feel like victory, like you've rejected society's rules, like you've embraced your truth. Just don't run into someone from high school. That's a whole different emotional earthquake. The work-from-home wardrobe crisis. The pandemic changed fashion forever. We entered a new era where outfits stopped being outfits and started being whatever was clean-ish. Working from home gave birth to the legendary phenomenon Zoom formality. Dressy on top, chaos below. Business shirt on camera, pajamas, shorts, or blanket off camera. A true masterpiece of modern fashion engineering. People attended meetings looking like this. Top, CEO. Bottom, I live in a pillow fort now. It's beautiful. It's unsettling. It's human. But it also trained an entire generation to believe pants are optional. And honestly, maybe they are. The mood boost of getting dressed for no reason. One of the greatest psychological hacks is dressing up with absolutely nowhere to go. You put on a nice outfit, you fix your hair, you look in the mirror and go, oh, hello, who is this beautifully functional human? You feel like you're starring in your own music video. And for the rest of the day, you're nicer, you're more energized, you're more optimistic. You walk around like your life has background music. It's not about the outfit, it's the energy you create. Sometimes you need that. Especially on days when life feels heavy or boring or slow, sometimes a little effort wakes up your sense of, I'm doing okay. Socks. The sock philosophy. Let's talk socks. Socks have a role in this debate. When you're in pajamas, socks disappear. You become barefoot, feral, free. But dressing up, suddenly you're forced to hunt for matching socks. Matching socks require stability, maturity, commitment. They are a symbol of adulting. Meanwhile, pajama life socks are chaos, mismatched, inside out, sometimes non-existent, sometimes fuzzy with tiny cartoon animals. Socks reveal the truth about your day. If you're wearing socks with structure, you're participating in society. If you're wearing fuzzy socks with no agenda, you're not participating. You're observing. The entertainment versus clothing paradox. You ever notice that the more comfortable you are, the more likely you are to binge watch something? Real clothes make you think, maybe I should go outside. Pajamas make you think, I wonder what happens in season 4. Your clothing literally determines your entertainment choices. You don't watch documentaries about ancient civilizations in jeans. You watch those in pajamas, with snacks, with a blanket, while lying in a weird angle that will ruin your spine. Meanwhile, if you're dressed up, you're more likely to run errands, socialize, pretend you have plans, do something that requires leaving the couch. Clothes control your destiny. The nap trap. One of the biggest dangers of pajamas is the nap trap. You sit down for a moment, boom, nap. You watch one TikTok, boom, nap. You read one email, boom, nap. Because pajamas send your brain a signal. We could sleep right now. No one would blame us. And naps in pajamas are dangerous. You wake up confused, sweaty, and unsure if it's the same day. Real clothes prevent naps, mostly because they're not comfortable enough to nap in, or because you feel guilty sleeping in jeans, or because your outfit says we're supposed to be doing things. The confusion of going outside in pajamas. Leaving the house in pajamas creates a unique internal crisis. You're physically present outside, but spiritually, you're still inside. Your brain is like, why are we outdoors? We're not dressed for the plot. Pajamas outside the house feel illegal, even if they're technically just sweatpants. They carry a vibe of rebellion and low energy at the same time. You walk like someone experiencing life in third person, detached, disoriented, wishing the ground would swallow you before you meet someone you know. But there is also a strange freedom in it. A feeling of, I have abandoned society's expectations. I am living raw. It's chaotic, but respectable.
The social pressure of dressing up. Let's admit something. A big reason we dress up is because of people, other humans, judgmental little creatures with opinions. You could be perfectly happy in your pajamas, living your best life. But then you remember society exists. And society has rules like wear real pants outside, brush your hair before leaving the house, don't show up to events looking like you just escaped from a sleepover, and suddenly, boom, pressure. The funny thing is, people pretend they don't judge, but they absolutely do. You show up overdressed, people stare. You show up underdressed, people stare harder. There is no winning. Fashion is a social maze. Mirror moment. One of the most emotional parts of the getting dressed process is the mirror. The mirror doesn't lie, but it could definitely be nicer. There are 2 types of mirror moments. 1, the good mirror moment. You put on something nice, look in the mirror, and think, oh wow, I look alive today. I feel capable. I feel cute. I feel like I might actually accomplish things. The mirror gives you a mini ego boost. 2. The bad mirror moment. You put on real clothes after a long pajama streak, and the mirror says, no. It says no loudly, repeatedly. Suddenly, nothing fits. Nothing feels right. And you start blaming gravity, the economy, and the washing machine. You sigh. You change. You try again. Every outfit is an emotional negotiation. And after all that effort, you think, you know what? Pajamas it is. And that's how the cycle continues. Clothing and identity crises. Clothes don't just cover your body, they expose your personality. Try wearing something out of your comfort zone. Instant identity crisis. You put on a bold jacket and suddenly you're like, do I even know who I am? Is this me? Am I pulling this off or am I being delusional? Clothes are powerful. They can challenge you, they can humble you, they can confuse you. Pajamas, on the other hand, pajamas never trigger identity crises. Pajamas just say, you're fine. The joy of dressing up for events. Let's talk about one of the best feelings ever, getting dressed for a special occasion. Weddings, parties, dinners, holidays. You put in effort. You do your hair, you maybe even iron something. Wow. You smell good, you twirl in the mirror, you walk into the event like the star of a movie. People compliment you, you feel glamorous, the universe applauds your existence. But as the night goes on, the truth returns. Shoes hurt, clothes pinch, makeup tries to evaporate, and the fancy outfit begins to feel like armor. And you know, deep down, you cannot wait to get home and change back into pajamas. Because pajamas are home. Pajamas are safety. Pajamas are the emotional support clothing of adulthood. Traveling outfit phenomenon. When you travel, clothes become even more dramatic. Airports trigger weird fashion energy. There are 3 types of travelers. 1, the dressed up traveler. They look like they stepped out of a magazine. Perfect outfit, perfect hair, perfect luggage set. They glide through the airport like they're in an ad. 2, the comfort traveler, aka pajama cousins. Sweatpants, hoodie, slides. No shame, no energy, no intention of impressing anybody. These are wise humans. 3, the chaos traveler. A mix of pajamas, jeans, flip-flops, a jacket they found on a chair, socks that don't belong, and a look of confusion. We've all been this person. Traveling clothing psychology is wild because dressing up makes you feel in control. Dressing down makes you feel like a blanket, and both are valid. The real crime? Airplane jeans. Why would anyone wear jeans on a plane? Why would anyone choose suffering voluntarily? The weather factor. Weather decides your outfit more than your mood does. Cold weather? Layers. Layers on layers. Clothes that turn you into a walking burrito. And honestly, the closest socially acceptable thing to wearing pajamas outside. Hot weather? Suddenly everything sticks to you. Clothing becomes the enemy. You start regretting every fabric choice you ever made. You dream of ice baths and air conditioners. Rainy weather? You dress like you're starring in a dramatic European film. You carry a hood, maybe a trench coat. You pretend to enjoy the aesthetic while secretly despising being wet. Weather absolutely controls your fashion freedom. I have nothing to wear illusion. This sentence is universal. Everyone says it. Everyone experiences it. And everyone knows it's a lie. You do have clothes. You have lots of clothes. There's a whole wardrobe full of them. But none of them feel right. Why? Because having nothing to wear doesn't mean I have no clothing. It means I have nothing that matches my mood today. I have nothing that expresses my current mental state. I have nothing that reflects the identity I'm vibing with right now. It's not a fashion crisis. It's an emotional crisis disguised as fashion. Shower to outfit pipeline. There's something magical about showers. You take a shower and suddenly you have hope again. You feel reborn, refreshed, optimistic. And then comes the post-shower decision. Do you put on real clothes or do you put on new pajamas? And this is where many lives fall apart. If you choose real clothes, then you've entered the realm of productivity. If you choose pajamas, you're not leaving the house for minimum 6 hours. Sometimes showers fool you into thinking you're ready, but the pajama drawer whispers, and you listen.
Pajamas as an emotional support system. Let's talk feelings. Pajamas aren't just clothes. They're comfort. They're therapy. They're a soft hug from fabric. When you're sad, pajamas. When you're sick, pajamas. When you're stressed, pajamas. When you're heartbroken, giant hoodie plus pajama pants. When you're exhausted, blanket, pajamas, and emotional meltdown. Real clothes don't comfort you. They don't care about your feelings. They're just like, why are you slouching? Why are you bloated today? Why do you exist? Pajamas understand you. Pajamas don't judge. Pajamas are unconditional love. The outfit that changes your voice. We don't talk enough about this. Your voice changes depending on what you wear. Fancy clothes, you speak politely. Comfy clothes, you speak softly. Workout clothes, you talk like you're about to climb a mountain. Pajamas, you sound like you're 47% asleep and 53% done with life. Clothes influence tone. They shape communication. They decide how dramatic or passive-aggressive you're going to sound on the phone. Impulse shopping and the clothing delusion. We've all said this line, I'm buying this because I need new clothes. No, you don't. You need therapy. You need sleep. You need purpose. But instead, we buy clothing hoping it will create a new version of ourselves. Spoiler, it doesn't. You're still you, just with more outfits and less money. Clothing is emotionally dangerous because you think it will fix your problems. You think it will change you. You think it will motivate you. But unless the outfit comes with a life coach, nothing changes. And yet, we still buy more. The ultimate end-of-day ritual. Whether you dressed up or not, the greatest moment of every day is taking your real clothes off. Buttons come undone, zippers open, hair tie flies across the room, and you exhale the exhale of 1,000 ancestors. You step into pajamas and instantly become 80% softer, kinder, calmer, and more snack-oriented. This ritual is healing. It's spiritual. It's universal. It's Be Human reset button.
The identity tango. Clothing isn't just fabric. It's a performance, a subtle, sometimes awkward, daily tango with identity. Dressing up? You're the person who gets stuff done. You're the person who looks like they know where they're going, even if you have no clue. You're the version of you that exists for the outside world. Pajamas. You are the person who exists for themselves. You are soft, unbothered, blissfully lazy. You are inward-focused, cozy, and maybe plotting world domination from the couch. And the dance? The dance is switching between these identities multiple times a day. One moment you're corporate ready, the next you're marshmallow human again. Life is a tango. Pajamas and outfits are your partners. Sometimes graceful, sometimes chaotic, but always dramatic. The weekly outfit cycle. Let's get real about weekly clothing cycles. Monday, you dress like a professional adult, full of hope. Tuesday, slightly sloppier, still respectable. Wednesday, midweek existential crisis, pajamas appear. Thursday, you dress up, trying to reclaim your dignity. Friday, pajamas win. They always win. Saturday, pajamas all day. Maybe home clothes if you're feeling fancy. Sunday, pajamas, and maybe pajamas again. This cycle is scientifically unstudied, but emotionally verified. The couch conundrum. Couches are clothing testing grounds. You put on real clothes, and the couch immediately judges you. You try to lay down? Impossible. You feel itchy, restricted, like a human burrito that wasn't meant to exist. Pajamas? Heaven. Pajamas plus blanket? Nirvana. Pajamas plus snacks plus Netflix? Spiritual experience. Couches are loyalty tests for clothing. The couch always sides with pajamas. The great hybrid strategy. Somewhere in between lies the perfect hybrid. Home clothes. Sweatpants that look okay in public. Hoodie or cardigan, cozy but structured. T-shirt that isn't stained,
signals minimal effort, maximum comfort. This hybrid is genius. It's the compromise humans have been seeking for centuries. Comfort where needed, social acceptance where required. It's basically pajama diplomacy. The multitasker outfit philosophy. Outfits aren't just about comfort or social norms. They tell the world, I am capable of doing things. Or, I am comfortable in chaos. Or sometimes both. A multitasker outfit allows you to nap at 3 p.m., run to the store at 3:15 p.m., attend a video call at 3:30 p.m. This is survival-level fashion. It's the future of civilization. It's the great compromise. The snack factor. Clothes and snacks are intertwined in ways we never discuss. Pajamas allow for free snacking without judgment. Real clothes make you think twice. Is it socially acceptable to eat this entire bag of chips while standing in the kitchen? The real moral here is pajamas equal emotional freedom and calorie sovereignty. Dressed up equals delayed gratification plus emotional pretense. And sometimes you just want to eat the chocolate bar without explanation. That's life. Mindfulness and clothes. Some philosophers, or maybe my brain at 2 a.m., say your clothing can be a meditation. Dressing up mindfully, noticing textures, colors, the feel of fabric, how it shifts as you move. Pajamas mindfully, savoring softness, acknowledging relief, embracing calm. The key? Awareness. Notice what you're wearing. Notice how it makes you feel. Notice when pajamas win and when clothes feel like armor. Life is literally made up of these small, fabric-based choices. The hidden power of pajamas. We've sung the praises of pajamas, but let's be serious. Pajamas are underrated. Emotional healers, snack facilitators, nap enablers, Zoom call negotiators, sort of. Wardrobe rebels. They teach us that comfort is not laziness, that softness is strength, that sometimes choosing yourself is as simple as choosing the right pants. The joy of dressing up. And we can't forget, dressing up still has its magic. The confidence boost, the social energy, the little thrill of, I could be seen in public today. The occasional twirl in the mirror. Real clothes remind us of potential. They help us perform in society, whether we're nailing deadlines or just existing. And yes, sometimes it's worth the discomfort. Sometimes the pinch and itch are a price worth paying for self-expression. Rainbow. The conclusion. Balance is everything. So what have we learned from this exhausting, joyful exploration through the world of pajamas and outfits? Pajamas are magic. Dressing up is empowering. The perfect life includes both. Home clothes are underrated. Socks reveal truths about humanity. Snacks are critical for survival. Mirrors are brutally honest. Time is flexible when you wear pajamas. Outfits influence identity, emotion, and even voice. And the final truth? You get to decide every day who you want to be. Pajama human, dress up human, hybrid human, snack master, productivity warrior. It's all valid. Life is short, soft, itchy, comfortable, chaotic, and sometimes fabulous. Clothes don't define you, but how you interact with them tells your story. Thank you for joining me on this deep, slightly ridiculous journey through the world of pajamas and outfits. I hope you've laughed. I hope you've nodded knowingly. I hope you've reconsidered that hoodie you've been meaning to wear to the grocery store. Remember, comfort is sacred, style is optional, and life is too short to stress over whether your socks match. Until next time, my friends, keep your clothes soft, your naps long, and your coffee within arm's reach. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss interesting podcasts to speak English fluently and naturally. Have a great day!